Factory 2.0 is not another coding agent launch. It is Factory saying the next unit of software development is the whole system around agents. The article is called Factory 2.0, From Coding Agents to Software Factories. The thesis is simple. Helping one engineer type faster is not enough. The bigger prize is an agent-native loop that starts with customer signals, turns them into planned work, builds, tests, reviews, ships, monitors, and then learns from the next signal. Quick local note before we get into it. If your current setup spans Claude, Codex, Gemini, or other coding agents and you want the orchestration to stay fully local, ConductROS.com is the companion angle to watch. Now, back to Factory's launch. This is source-grounded. The post came from Matan Grinberg, CEO of Factory, and points to the official Factory article by Matan Grinberg and Eno Reyes. The post is mostly a link, but the article does the work. It says Factory launched in 2023 to bring autonomy to the software development lifecycle, not just speed up coding. It says the system must improve over time by observing itself. It says the incremental units are AI agents and that engineers will build the system, which will in turn build their software. The official page also includes a Factory hero video and dashboard imagery, so this is not just a tweet thread. It is a product direction, wrapped as a manifesto. The important diagram is the loop. Factory starts with outside world signals, bug reports, internal conversations, customer feedback, and business requirements. Those signals get triaged into planned changes. Then the work moves through building, testing, review, security, shipping, and monitoring. Monitoring creates more signals, which return to the top of the loop. That sounds obvious until you ask who actually owns the loop. Today, most teams own pieces. Jira owns tickets. GitHub owns code review. CI owns tests. Sentry owns incidents. Slack owns context. Agents jump between all of it. Factory is arguing for one system where those stages become instrumented, agent-native, and connected enough for the system to learn. Factory names 3 requirements for a software factory. First, model independence. Different models have different cost, speed, reliability, and reasoning trade-offs, so a serious agent platform cannot bet the company on one model. Factory points to Router, which selects models automatically or by rule. Second, sovereign intelligence. The company wants the customer to own the system that learns from agent sessions, code reviews, incidents, and workflows. That can mean hosted cloud, bring your own key, a self-hosted data plane, an EU setup, or air-gapped environments. Third, continual learning. Code review, security analysis, documentation, QA, and incident response need to share one agent core and one organizational memory instead of living as isolated automations. The article is more than philosophy because it plugs into Factory's product stack. Router is the model selection layer, with Factory claiming near-frontier performance at lower token spend on its own engineering benchmarks. Droid computers are persistent machines for remote agent work, so droids can return to a real development environment instead of rebuilding context every session. Missions is the long horizon layer, where a goal gets decomposed into parallel worker tracks that can run for hours or days. Agent readiness is the measurement layer, scoring whether a codebase is actually prepared for autonomous development. The desktop app ties it together with computer use, local model support, multi-agent sessions, and workflows that span editor, browser, terminal, web, CLI, and mobile. The credibility signal is enterprise production. Factory says software factories are already running across large organizations, including NVIDIA, EY, Adobe, Palo Alto Networks, Adyen, Blackstone, Wipro, Comarch, and more. That matters because the adoption pattern for agents is different inside enterprises. A startup can throw one coding agent at one repo and accept chaos. A large company needs model routing, permission boundaries, auditability, repeatable workflows, and a path from experimentation to operating model. Factory is betting that the winning buyer is not only the developer who wants a better autocomplete. It is the engineering organization that wants an agent-operated assembly line with governance. The reality check is that no one gets a fully autonomous factory on day one. Factory says autonomy is a maturation process specific to each organization's readiness and comfort level. That is the right framing. Some work should be simple skills. Some work should be recurring automations. Some work needs a persistent droid computer. Some work needs missions across multiple agents. The hard part is not naming the levels. It is making sure the system can prove what happened, recover from failures, and keep humans in control where the risk is high. For teams that care most about local control across existing coding agents, Conductor OSS is the counterpoint. Conductros.com, with the repo at github.com/tyrannyk06/conductor-oss. My read, Factory 2.0 is a clean articulation of where coding agents are going. The category is moving from one agent in one terminal to a managed production system for software work. That does not mean every company should buy a platform tomorrow. It means the evaluation question changes. Do not only ask whether an agent writes code. Ask whether it sees the whole lifecycle, routes the right model, runs in the right environment, learns from real outcomes, and leaves a clean audit trail. That is the software factory test. Source links are in the description, including Factory's article, router, droid computers, missions, agent readiness, desktop, conductros.com, and the Conductor OSS GitHub repo.